Hi Virgo, this is a message for Virgo. You can look in your chart and see what placements you have in Virgo, also what house Virgo is in to see how this applies to your life. A couple things, I just wanted to let you know if you want a personal reading, I have my link to my website down below. You could also email me, I can schedule it for you. Another thing is if you want to see daily tarot readings, I do dailies on TikTok. And also I wanted to let you know that I do have another channel if you are interested in my videos on reality and consciousness and discussions about philosophy, religion, psychology, quantum physics, other dimensions, stuff like that. You can go to the link down below for that. So I went ahead and I pulled from my Alchemical Visions tarot deck to get like the overall energy of the reading, and they have very different types of meanings for the cards. So the overall energy I have is the Five of Cups. Now you could be feeling sad, looking at what you've lost or some kind of sadness, but what you're not seeing are these two cups that are behind you because you're focused on this instead of on this. So that's the traditional meaning. Now in this deck, this card also indicates this is the castle where you want to be, where you want to go, okay? And there's different paths you can choose to get to this castle. Some will be take more time and be easier. Some will be harder but faster. And so that's basically what they're looking at in this energy. Now, the first card I got up is the Page of Coins. You could be dealing with another earth sign, but this is actually interesting because if you are, now you don't have to be, like, if you portray a masculine energy, whether you're male or female, okay, this card is indicating the importance of the power within the feminine energy. If you portray a feminine energy, this card is indicating the power in the masculine energy within you. So because they both have power, okay? For the feminine, if you are a more feminine energy, this is basically going to indicate the use of the power in the masculine. So being able to speak your voice, take action, and it's the doer, okay? Like the doer. If you're a more masculine energy where you take action, you get things done more in your logical reasoning mind, this is going to indicate the power that you have within you in using the feminine resource, which is basically the ability to rest and receive. Like receive information, receive help from others, expressing your emotions, feeling your emotions, okay? And this is important because the next card you got out is Justice, which you could be dealing with the Libra. But this is basically talking about bringing yourself into balance. Those things that are out of balance need to come into balance. So I'm looking at this thinking that you're probably more dominant in either masculine or feminine. And for you to be able to choose the best path, I guess. Because they're all going to lead to the castle. But a path that you would like to take more, I guess. Then you need to have this balance. You need to find the power in the opposite energy that you may not be seeing right now. So let me go ahead and pull some oracle cards and see what's coming up there. Okay, so the first card that I got out is Freedom from Judgment and Free to Love. So what I'm getting from this is it seems like I'm dealing with some of you Virgos that are more in your masculine energy, because this card is indicating that you're having a hard time with receiving love. Sorry, I got a phone call right in the middle of your video. But, so yeah, this is basically you finding the power in the feminine energy, then finding that power and vulnerability, being able to receive and give love is what it looks like. Let me pull a couple more oracles for you. So the first card you got from the Shaman, or Mystical Shaman Oracle, yeah. You got the Mystical Shaman. So this basically talks about being able to live without attachment and act on inspiration, like without being attached to the result. So for instance, in this, what I'm seeing here is that if you want to act, like receive love or act on love, for instance, then you would do it without worrying about what the outcome is going to be. It's also not acting in a way just for the result. So not trying to achieve something for that result and acting from that need to achieve. Okay, and so the next card you got is the Owl. So basically what this is saying is you need to look around you, pay attention, because there's messages and symbols coming to you. It's basically inspiring you to act in a certain way, and it almost feels like you're afraid to, because you have to use this other aspect, energy in yourself, like other aspect in yourself, either that masculine or feminine energy. It's like you need to find that there is power in that, and it's not a weakness. And then the last card you got is the Middle World. So this is saying that it's the right time is now. It's time to act on this, because it actually is going to work out well for you. You can talk about your day-to-day activities, things you do every day. So this can even be in your work, but it's the work that inspires you. So if you're not inspired, like working at fast food, it doesn't mean that, okay? But if you are, then yes, it does mean that. So this is saying there are signs, so pay attention. Okay, and the very last card you got, as far as the oracle goes, is the Fool's Embrace, which talks about transmuting pain. So I feel like the only thing that's really holding you back from taking the path that you want to go on but are afraid to go on is past pain. So there's something about the past where you're afraid something's going to repeat itself. And for you to be able to go down this path that's basically calling you to follow this certain path, you need to find the value in the pain you experienced in the past, the lesson, what you learned, the wisdom. Find why it was necessary for you then, but not necessary for you now. Okay, so Virgo, I pulled your archetype cards and started pulling your tarot. So in the center position, we've got a fault line and the devil. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn, but a fault line is like a crack in your foundation. And the devil, this represents bondage. So this can be addictions, codependency, obsessiveness, but you definitely have yourself in like a box in some way. In some way you're believing. This can be negative self-talk. This can be beliefs that are limiting you. But crossing it, this is good. You've got the Death card. So this indicates that this is a death of something, an integration, okay? Integration of your thoughts. It's like they've got the moth here flying out of the brain. It's kind of like clearing out the cobwebs, okay? So that's good. That's like what you're going through right now. If you're not going through it yet, it's like right there, okay? So, and what I'm looking at here in the subconscious, you've got the box. So that's why I said you definitely have like this limiting belief that's in the subconscious. Okay, that was quick. Wow. Okay. So let me show you what I just got. I got the Queen of Emotions and the Two of Inspirations in reverse. So this is someone, this Queen of Emotions could be a water sign in your past. But this is someone who's, they feel a lot. They have a lot of love and they can express it, right? But with the Two of Inspiration in reverse, this is indicating either not seeing love or that you're not expressing it and you want to love. So it can also be that intuition. So this would be like you're getting the messages, but you're not choosing to follow them. And it's because of some box that you have yourself in, a belief that is limiting you. Let me look at your past, because see, there's this past influence. What is Underworld? Okay, it might be around money. So we've got this Underworld, okay? This is the gunk that is preventing you from moving forward. And I've got the Queen of Pentacles. It could be another earth sign, but this I'm seeing, this is someone who's very controlled, and also someone who really focuses on, this is like a successful businesswoman. So it could be money, possibly. I've got one more card here in the past. Let me see what I can, oh jeez. Okay, so this could be a person, possibly, because we've got the Queen of Materials, and then I've got the Queen here, which is like, you know, that feminine rulership, but you might have had to move away from this person, or you did, or there's something that takes a lot of strength. It's like a strength to face a shadow, but move away from that which isn't good for you. Let me get one more. Why is the strength? Well, let me get one for the Queen of Materials. I want to see, because I want to know if this is you or someone else. Okay, this could be a mother figure in your life or a Taurus. Possibly. This is not being able to see. It's not being able to see your value, your worth, how much you are already worth. And so you actually want to build up this status for yourself. Like, it's like you don't think you're good enough. So you might be like a workaholic where you are trying to gain all of this, because the Empress is very abundant and rich, right? And it's like you're not seeing the truth. You're not seeing the truth that you already possess so much value. This is in the past. And so you actually might have been obsessing over work or trying to show your value. Because it's like almost like if you won't believe it until you see it type of thing. Okay. So to clarify this Strength and Six of Swords, I got the Page of Voices and the Magician in reverse. So this is taking a look and seeing something. for what it is, but there's another mountain for you to climb. So it could be that you overcame a lot, actually, and that you have this one more hurdle, this one more thing, this one more shadow part of yourself that you need to look at. And it could be about not being able to bring in the success you're looking for, or that, like I said, like, you're not seeing your value unless you have money or status or something like that. Let me see. What is the eternal child? Let me see what's in your above you. Oh, this is good. Well, I think. Let me show you what I got. Okay. So, above you, we've got the eternal child. The eternal child plays. They like to have fun. And they are curious about life. So, instead of expecting the achievement or trying to get the achievement, trying to achieve, what they do is they're open. They're really open and curious and optimistic. And it looks like when that happens, it's almost like you're going through this transformation right now of releasing that bondage, that box, breaking the barrier that you have to seeing your own value. And when you do that, and when you start accepting yourself, it looks like that what you want starts to show results. And then this 3 of emotions here, this is like you're pulling yourself together. You're not split, trying to find yourself. You know what I'm saying? And the 9 of inspiration means that, like, this just could have been a long process for you. This is like a final push. You could have also needed to set up some type of boundary, or let me see what the 9 of wands or the 9 of inspiration is. I keep getting 3 cards at a time. I'm like, why? Yeah, I got 4 cards that time. Too many, but it honestly, it does. It really looks like, okay, yeah, there's movement. So you might have felt stuck for a long time, like not able to get what you want because you were trying to get what you want. Does that make sense? And instead of realizing that you are that you have that value within you, and then once you go with the flow, have fun, be curious as to how it's going to come, it's like all of a sudden there's this fast movement. Okay, and then you've got, in the future, you've got the apocalypse, which is actually really good, because the apocalypse, this is like the judgment card. So this is a rebirth, a raising of the dead. So it can actually be just a new you, a second chance at, you know, you're like fulfilling your purpose. But also, it could be a revisit to something that you once wanted that didn't work out, and it being able to, like, coming around again. If this is a person, like a person that comes around again, basically what I'm seeing is you going after. Okay, so there's 2 energies here, and it's like they're running into each other. So it's, one is using a lot of thought communication, one is using a lot of passion. Now they both could represent you, but this is super fast, actually. Super fast energy. This is, yeah, it's like really fast movement. This could happen really soon. Let me see what the advice is. Okay, so I got the Ace of Materials in reverse. This was, okay, and I got, okay, yeah. So what I'm seeing is that you probably had missed some opportunity in the past, or it didn't come to fruition, because the Ace of Materials talks about when it's reversed is like a missed opportunity, like something that could have grown, didn't. And on the bottom, you've got this Page of Materials and the Four of Inspiration. So this would be taking that step for towards that opportunity again. And when you do that, I'm seeing you basically develop these connections. So it could be to a specific person, or it's like connections in like your business or whatever it is that you're growing. Okay, it even could be school for some of you, like starting school. What is in the environment? It could have been that you had some kind of like dream of going to school for something, and you didn't, because you thought you had to do this first, make enough money first, attain this status first. In the environment, you got the Two of Cups, the Two of Emotions. So that definitely could be a relationship. But the Two of Emotions, this is seeing eye to eye with an opposite, energy. Actually, it's like coming into contact, eye contact with your soul's purpose. So for some of you, that's a relationship too. Sorry, too many cards keep slipping out. What is the two? I want to know what the Two of Emotions is. I don't want a whole stack. Five of Inspiration. Okay. So this is just basically saying you're no longer confused. It's like being able to see clearly, taking a step towards, that's interesting. On the bottom of the deck, yeah, it's taking this step forward. What is the hopes and fears? Okay. Okay, so you don't want to miss it again. You weren't seeing it before, and now you do see it, okay? But what I'm looking at is you do want to build it, but you're also afraid of building it. You're afraid of the movement, but you also want it. You could also be dealing with a Cancer. And let me see what the outcome is. Confusion. Why do we got this? Five of Swords. Let me see what that is. Five of Voices. What do you split in your mind about? Uh-oh. Do you get scared again? Let's see. One more. You know what? I'm actually seeing there might be an opportunity here that you were chasing that you're going to let go of. Because I'm almost seeing like you might collaborate with someone and then change your mind. Realize it's not what you want, because there's this split in your head. And with the Lovers in reverse, Gemini, Pisces, by the way, This can indicate like a split. And also there's a new perspective here that's being seen. But it also could be that you are, it's like some type of confusion still. It could also be confusion over someone from the past. So let me see, I'm going to see what oracle messages I get as far as like advice for you. It's interesting what came out because this is exactly what I was seeing. So the first card you got is basically saying that you're worrying about this. It says worry is worry is attachment to a particular outcome and the fear that it will not come to pass. So, or that it will, depending on what it is you worry about. But there's this worry, and it's basically saying do not be attached to the outcome. Keep that childlike open mind. The next one you got is visualize, which it says when we develop our abilities to visualize, we can manifest maximum influence on our experience and reality. So it's almost like you might get the opportunity you want and then start worrying it's going to go away. So it's like you have a tendency to push it away. And so this card right here basically says to stop, and that's what this hangman does too. It says don't make a decision. It says decide not to make a decision at this time. This will be a constructive and valid and useful decision. So it's like you need to pause before you run away with the worry and the fears. Okay, so that is what I have for you. If you want to see more, make sure and subscribe to my channel. And I want to thank you in advance for liking the video. That always helps me out. Leave your comments if you have anything to say about it, and I will see you next time.